before you become rich, you have to be rich. You have to think rich. You have to, believe rich, right? You have to break those belief system, those imposter syndromes, those fear thoughts, those lack thoughts, right? That is really fighting against your mindset, fighting against your belief system concerning wealth. And we've seen over and over and over again that until a person really zone in on breaking those limiting belief patterns, right? No matter how much you teach them about mindset and thinking big and thinking great, it doesn't work because the foundation of a healthy, rich mindset is that belief system, right?
That's right.
So that's why the very first thing that you have to do if you want to be rich is to really work on your belief system. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the New Rich Podcast, the number one podcast for creators and entrepreneurs that help you to build a 6- and 7-figure business and also enjoy financial freedom as well. I'm your host, Uyi Abraham. It's my co-host,
Dr. Faith Abraham. Welcome back, New Rich Nation.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you here today. It's been an amazing week, an amazing time. Yeah. So like we usually start, how have your week been?
My week has been going really good, been very productive on the after swing of Invest Fest, which was really awesome. Met a lot of new people and clients and customers. So it's fun. How about you?
It's been very good too. Having a good time, and the year is coming to a close, and
it is
pushing strong to really end the year very close with customers and our businesses, and it's been good, and God's been good. Amen. No complaint whatsoever. So today we're going to be talking about some very, very important topic that we believe that is going to bring a lot of value to the New Rich Nation, right? But before we do that, I want you to know that this episode is brought to you free from Vonza.com, the all-in-one platform for creators and entrepreneurs to run their business online. So with Vonza, you get everything you need in one place. No more using multiple tools that don't really talk to each other and wasting time and money and dealing with tech frustrations like a lot of people currently doing. You can use one simple tool to run your entire business, from your website to your courses, to your memberships, to your forms, to your scheduling. In fact, 12 tools in one place. One simple payment, one simple dashboard to run your entire business so you have more money in your account and you can serve your customers better and also streamline your business as well. How wonderful is that?
It's very wonderful. So go to Vonza.com and check it out.
Awesome. All right. So what are we talking about today?
We are talking about what it takes to be rich.
That is amazing. 'Cause a lot of people don't know that being rich is easier now.
Yes.
Than it's ever been.
Than ever
rich,
before.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because before you have to be rich, you have to be born rich, right?
Yep.
Or you have to spend a lot of money.
A lot.
And it could take you like 20 years to become rich, right?
Correct.
You have to go get big money or big loan if you're lucky and go get a big store, or big warehouse or manufacturing or whatever the case is.
So that's overhead.
Overhead.
Then you have to make sure to get your employees. Then OSHA.
Yeah.
All that stuff that comes with it. Attorney fees and it's a lot of things that went into it. Then if you wanted to do marketing and advertising, then you were putting ads on TV. Sometimes they didn't really have the analytics to know what time of the day or what day would be the best for your customers so that you can find them. So there was a lot of overhead costs to become rich. And just know this, when we say rich is a very loaded word. In this episode, we're talking about financially rich.
Yeah.
In a different episode, we'll talk about being emotionally, mentally, family, all of those other aspects too, because if you're bankrupt, mentally, then even if you have it financially, you'll be upside down because you'll be spending to gain your mental back.
Correct.
If you don't have your physical, but you have the financial, you'll be spending to get your physical back. Yeah. But if you have the physical and you don't have the financial, you're going to be working hard to get the financial. Yeah. So all of those 5 things are really important to be rich the way God intended us to be. But in this episode, we're going to keep it simple and we're going to talk about financially rich.
Yes, because money rules the world, right?
Yes.
Even the Bible says that money answers all things, right? So money is very important. So being rich also includes for you to be financially wealthy, financially rich, because you need money to run your life, run your business, take care of your kids, your family. Be generous, give to your church, feed the poor, the homeless, all this cannot happen until you are financially wealthy. So we launched the New Rich program to make it easy for anyone to start and grow a 6, 7, 8-figure online business. So we're going to teach you and show you and empower you to launch an online coaching program or a consulting program or as a course creator. So if you want to launch a 6, 7, 8-figure online business, whether as a coach, a consultant, or course creator, there's only one program that can help you to do that and achieve success in less than 90 days. And it's the New Rich program. So you can go right now to thenewrich.me, so you can become the new rich. So, here's the good news too. We have a coaching program, coaching and consulting company called The New Rich, right? Which is also the podcast of the episode, right? And The New Rich, we have a framework that helped us to help thousands of people literally over the years to go from literally zero or their 9 to 5 to making 6 and 7 figures online.
Correct.
And we have a unique framework called BEAST, BEAST, and we call it the BEAST mode, right? Whereby we're helping people to go from, struggling about what they need to do, how to become wealthy online or get financial freedom, to really, using our framework, BEAST, BEAST, to becoming financially free, right? And so we're going to be talking about how to become rich. So we're going to give the first 3 out of the BEAST mode, which is going to be BEA, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to start with B, right? Then you're going to do the E, then I'm going to do the A, right? So, and if you need more information on how you can start your coaching or consulting online business and make 6 to 7 figures within a year, like many of our students do, you can just go to the link right there in the show notes or go to thenewrich.me. Why? Thenewrich.me. Who is the new rich? You. Me, you, right? So thenewrich.me and get more information. But let's start with the first one, B. Right? So B, you gotta be, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be rich before you become rich.
That's true.
That was a good one.
And a lot of people don't catch that.
Yeah.
You have to be wealthy on the inside before it shows up on the outside.
I got to tweet that in a few. That was so good. That was
Just
so
give
good.
me my credit. That's all I ask.
You got to be rich before you become rich, right? Because what's holding a lot of people back, which in our program, there's going to be a lot of anti-cultural, anti-public opinion things that we're going to be sharing some new lights on. Because a lot of people feel like to be rich, right, that is just all about the mindset. Everybody's talking about, change your mindset. And a lot of people don't know what that means. What does it mean to change your mindset? What does it mean to improve your mindset, right? Is mindset really the problem holding people back? Or is this something about the mindset that is holding people back, right? Because as I've worked with a lot of clients that later became 6 and 7 figure earners in online business, and you as well, Dr. Faith, one of the things we found, and they've also shared in their testimony, is that, it wasn't even the mindset that was the problem. Maybe you have a wealthy mindset already, but there's something holding you back from becoming rich. Is your belief system, right? You cannot just say, I want to change my mindset if you don't specifically work on breaking those limiting belief systems.
That's right.
Everybody know they should be rich. Everybody think rich. They
we're attracted to it. We're drawn to it,
right? But something is still missing because you might be thinking rich, but you still have limiting belief system.
That's right.
And that's stronger than just fixing your mindset, right? So that's why in our program, we put together B for the very first, acronym, so to speak, for our framework, because before you become rich, you have to be rich. You have to think rich. You have to, believe rich, right? You have to break those belief system, those imposter syndromes, those fear thoughts, those lack thoughts, right? That is really fighting against your mindset, fighting against your belief system concerning wealth. And we've seen over and over and over again that until a person really zone in on breaking those limiting belief patterns, right? no matter how much you teach them about mindset and thinking big and thinking great, it doesn't work because the foundation of a healthy, rich mindset is that belief system, right?
That's right.
So that's why the very first thing that you have to do if you want to be rich is to really work on your belief system. Make sure you have that conviction of wealth, that conviction of being rich, that conviction that you deserve it. Because if you are struggling, if you have an imposter syndrome, like, for example, me, I came to America from Nigeria with just $100 and a suitcase of clothes, right? And I came to America. It wasn't a bed of roses, right? In fact, it was a ton of whatever I want to call it, right?
Thorns.
A bed of thorns, right? And it was hard. Part of it was because growing up in Nigeria, I experienced what I call poverty trauma because we didn't have enough food. We didn't have to walk to sleep. I have to pretend I was sick many times just to eat something as simple as, 2 slices of bread, a boiled egg, and a tea, right? So all of that was working against my mindset when it comes to wealth and becoming rich until I realized that I have some negative patterns, negative belief systems, right?
Yeah.
And those limiting thoughts, those limiting belief systems, right? And when I began to realize that, many times I was feeling like I didn't deserve to be really rich. It was for certain people and not for me. And when I started working on it and owning on it, that's when I started seeing growth in my life and in my finances, right? So if you want to be rich, the very first thing you gotta do is to work on your belief. Don't worry about your mindset. Just work on your belief. Just believe that you can be rich. Just believe that you deserve to be rich. Just believe that it's God's plan for you to be rich. Just believe that you must be rich. You will be rich, right? And it might sound simple, but that when you begin to work on your belief strong enough, before you know it, you're going to start seeing results in your life.
Oh, yeah. And it's neuroscience. A lot of people attribute it to different things, but it's neuroscience. However you see yourself, that is what will transpire in your life. As a man thinks in his heart, so he is.
Yeah.
So if you feel like wealth is for other people, being rich isn't for you, this isn't normal in my family, so why would I be the first? As you think in your heart, within yourself, that's exactly what you see. But when we start thinking along the lines of, I deserve to be wealthy, I know what I'll do with that wealth. You're having these conversations because we have a lot of conversations within ourselves all day, every day.
Yeah.
So whether it's in regards to people, how they treat us, our job, the world, our spouse, our kids, we're having these conversations within ourselves all the time. So whatever you focus on the most, that's what's going to transpire in your life. So if you're focusing on being wealthy, being abundant, having access to resources, to do good, to be the good that you want to see in the world, what happens is your brain starts saying yes, yes, yeah, and accepting it because you keep repeating it. And as you repeat it, then it starts to become you. Then your brain will start finding and looking for it so it'll show up in your life. So when you're working on your belief system, just realize that you're working on your mindset, but the deeper parts of it is that belief, because that's how we operate. That's the gas in the engine.
Awesome. So what's the second one?
The second one is E, and E stands for expertise. I love this topic. Maybe not as much as believe, but a lot. Because when it comes to being rich, it's all about an expertise. And some people would say, use your passion and let your passion make you rich. I don't adhere to that. Sometimes you got to do the things that you don't like. Sometimes you got to do things that, it makes money so that you can fall into the things that you're really, really excited and passionate about. But one of the things that I also tell people is that your expertise is usually something that you're good at. You don't even think about it. You wouldn't even highlight it to yourself because it's not something you're passionate about. It's not necessarily that thing that makes you so happy, but it's that thing that people always ask you for, that people are always saying, wow, how did you do that? And you're like, I just did it. Most times because it's so familiar to you, you're so used to it, you've done it over and over again, you know it like the back of your hand, you neglect it. But it's your expertise. It's what people want from you. So the way that we really go about it is we find a way to extract that expertise out of you and package it in a way that people who see you say, this is what I've been looking for. This girl has my answer. This guy has my answer. And that is how you become rich. One of the things about Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, it wasn't that he was just so excited about grocery stores, but he was obsessed with how they worked.
Wow.
And so he would go from grocery store to grocery store. Remember, this is like in the 50s. And this is like 50s. No, probably even older than that. But there was a recession in the land, and he would go to the grocery stores and write down how they made things, the operations and the boring stuff that nobody thinks about. And then he said, instead of having these specialty stores, I'm going to have a big store that has all the things in it, and people will come. And because he learned and he was obsessed with the operations and the mundane things, Walmart came to pass, Sam's Club came to pass, and all the other things that Walmart has done.
That's amazing.
That's his expertise.
So he is expertise, right? Pretty much what you're good at, right?
What you're good at.
What you're good at, you can teach or show somebody else.
That's right.
So maybe you out there, you're sitting there and be like, oh, that sounds good, Dr. Faye. I don't know what I'm good at. Don't people overthink it?
Yeah.
They feel like they need to get a PhD in neuroscience before they can teach neuroscience, or PhD in dancing before they can teach dancing. No, expertise is really simple. What's that thing a little bit more than the next person that you can teach or show them, right? Maybe you know how to dance, you know how to cook, you know how to sing, you know how to do computer repair, you know how to do sales, SEO, whatever it is, right? Whatever knowledge or skill that you have that you can teach or show somebody else, right? That's your expertise. One of our mentees, they have an expertise where they learned how to buy and sell rural lands, right? So what they do is that when I was working with them, they were not sure if they were qualified to teach it again because of belief, right? They were dealing with imposter syndrome. And one of the things I told them was that if you can teach another person what you know, that qualifies you to have a coaching program or a course to teach them. And they did that. And now they've made 7 figures in under a year, right? So you can literally become rich by teaching another person what you already know, or something you can learn. Like for them, they went to learn how to sell lens and teach somebody else. So if you feel like what you know right now is not going to be valuable enough for your audience, then go learn something. Go learn graphics, go learn coding, go learn anything, right? And teach somebody else, show somebody else, right? And then that's how your expertise can make you rich. Like in the case of one of our mentees that made 7 figures, right? And we have hundreds of mentees that have made 30,000 in that first month, 40,000, 100,000, 6, 7 figures, right? So it's very, very important that you use your expertise. But let me give the next one. In the framework, which is A. A means attractive offer, right? So now you got your belief, you got your expertise, right?
Right.
Maybe your expertise is to teach people how to start nail salon, right? So now, what you're going to do, you got to package into an attractive offer, right? Offer. So you're going to know how to present it so that people will want what you have. And that's where a lot of people, they miss it because they have some decent belief. They have some, clear expertise, but they don't know how to package it together. And that's where Dr. Faye and I really come in, because we are very skilled in helping you turn your knowledge and your expertise into 6 and 7 figure online businesses through our BEAST framework and our coaching and consulting business called The New Rich. So if you need help to take your expertise and turn it into a profitable business, you can go to thenewrich.me. The link is right there below, and we'll be happy to help you. But before we go, anything else you want to add on the 3 framework? Now there are 5. We left out 2, which is selling and traffic. That might be another episode, right?
Right.
But At least this will get you started. If you want to do this on your own, you can. We just want to give value, so much value to you, your belief, your expertise, and attractive offer. So what you want to share before we close?
It's really a simple formula.
Yeah.
But it has some different parts to it, which is why it's really great to just collapse decades into days by getting a coach and getting with someone who has done and accomplished what it is that you want to accomplish for yourself.
Yes.
And so that's why we do teach these things, because it is a lot easier than a lot of people think it is, but it does take some effort. And I just believe that if you are watching this video, it came on your timeline, you sought it out or what have you, your brain, you've been doing some work. And your brain is drawing you to the things that you need to manifest what's on the inside of you. So make sure you take advantage of that and don't sleep on yourself, because even before when you're ready to accomplish and do big things. So act on that. That's your intuition telling you. Act on it.
All right. So that'll be it for this episode of The New Rich. We'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. We'll talk to you soon. See you in the next episode.
See you in the next one.